Welcome to my YouTube channel. The main aim of this channel is to help you guys to execute Revit models as effectively as possible. So this is my first video and I will like to welcome you to subscribe to this channel because I'll be uploading lots and lots of new tutorials for you guys, and will make sure that I will address each and every comment that I'll be getting on these videos so that I can help you in each and every way possible. So the main today what we are going to do is today we are going to learn how can we initiate a Revit project and what are the important things we need to keep in mind while initiating a Revit project. So let's get started. Now as you can see on screen, there are various options: open, new, and then various templates, right? This is for projects and second is for families. So first we are going to learn about the project, right? I just need to click on new. From here I will select architectural template, create new project, not a project template, right? So this is checked, which is project, and then I will click on OK. After this, the main window of Revit will get opened. Now just a brief introduction of this window. The upper ribbon will contain various options that will help us to get various tools that are important in order to work with the project. Okay, architecture, structure, systems, insert, annotate, analyze, these are all the important tools that will help us. On left hand side there are two windows, which is properties and project browser. Project browser is one of the most important thing because this helps us to navigate throughout the project, since it has all the views related to floor plans, elevations, sections, legends, whatever. Okay, and the second thing is properties help us to get detail of each and everything which is present in the project, right? And this is the main window, which has by default 4 cameras. I will just right click and zoom to fit so that you'll be able to see all 4 cameras. Now the first thing for any project is setting the units. Now as you can see, the units are in feet and inches, but I personally works with millimeters, so I will just type UN and I will get this window, and I will just adjust feet and inches to millimeters, and then I will click on OK. If you want to select few decimal places also you can, but I don't prefer it. And then I will click on area. Mostly if I need areas, I would need it in square meters, so I will select square meters. Decimal places, let's keep it 0, and then symbol this, and then I will click on OK. Now we have set the units of the project, right? Now the second most important thing is how are we going to import our CAD file to Revit to work on, right? Now I will go on insert, link CAD, and I will select the file. This is the file, right? I will just see that this is checked, which is current view only. Current view means the file will be imported on the current window which is open in Revit. Okay, and then correct lines that are slightly off, I will keep it checked. And then for inserting there are two options: center to center, origin. I will opt for origin. You can also opt for center to center, no issues in this. And then click on open, right? Now the CAD file will get linked. This is the CAD file, right? This is the pinned object which locks the CAD file. I will just click on it. This is unlocked. Now I can move it and bring it here. Then I will lock it again so that it doesn't get moved, right? I will just zoom in. Then the second most important thing is to set the levels of the project. By default Revit gives us two levels, level 1, level 2. If I go to elevations, you can just opt for any elevation. See, I am going for north, right? It give me 2 levels. Even east will give me 2 levels because those are almost same, right? Then I will just zoom in. So for the project I am demonstrating today, I will have 4 levels, which is FGL, plinth, terrace and parapet. So I will just click on this, left click on this, and I will just type FGL. Okay, would you like to rename the corresponding views? Yes, it will rename the floor plans as FGL, right? Now I will select second level and I will type plinth level. Okay, yes, I will select the height. I will want the plinth on. Now these levels are overlapping. I don't want the text to overlap, so I will just click on this kink and it's sorted. Right, now to introduce new levels, I will click on architecture. I will select this levels, and from print level, what height do I need for this particular floor? Suppose I need for 3400, right? I will just align this, extend this line, will rename it as terrace level. Okay, level. Okay, yes, and the third and the last level I want is parapet, which is 1100 from my terrace level. So I will just extend this line and I will just rename it as parapet level. Parapet level. Okay, now these levels will be visible on, these 4 levels will be visible on each and every elevation. Okay, now I will go ahead with my floor plans and will go on plinth level. Plinth level, my CAD file is on FGL, right? So what I will do is I will just select it and I will duplicate it. I will just paste it on selected views and I will select my plinth level, because I need to paste it on, I need to copy this on my plinth level so that I can work on it, right? This. Now the first thing was setting the units of the project, second thing was setting the levels of the project, and the third thing is setting the grids of the project, column grids. So in architecture I will go to grid. This is the grid thing, grid option available. What I will do is I will select the center of my column and will draft my grids like this. Will draft my grids like this, and then you can just take this button and drag. Okay, so then your grid line will be extended to the point you are dragging it. Then you can just click on the text and name your grid. Suppose I want this to be x1, x2, right? Similarly, what I will do is I will set the horizontal grids as well. I will take the center point of my column and will give my grid y1 tag, right? So this is the way we set grids for our project. And then Revit will take this by default. Okay, so I'm just doing it as fast as possible so that I can sum this up soon, right? You can just set your grids like this. Okay, center point. Now my 2 grids are also left here, my vertical grids. I will choose this because I have my columns that are not that much aligned to the center of this column, right? So I will just choose this point and I will just extend this grid. Sorry, give me like 2 minutes. I will just do it. Perfectly. Okay, now you can see all these numbers are screwed, right? I will just click on this x3. Now the bubble is downwards. What I will do is I will just uncheck this and I will check on this point so that the bubble has come to the in alignment with the other grids, x4. Now what we are going to do is we are going to put dimensions. I will go to annotate, will select dimensions. This is aligned linear, angular, radial, arc, diameter, whatever. Okay, I will just select this, and select this, right? So this is how we dimension our walls, grids, or whatever you need to dimension, and then select this. Okay, now we have completed the third stage of the project, which was setting the grids of the project, right? Now the first element of the project will be putting columns. Agree? So what we are going to do is, we are going to architecture tab, we are going for structural columns, right? In architectural tab we are going to opt for column. This is by default the column which is loaded. In order to load a RCC column, we are going to opt for load family, and then structural columns. Okay, so now this load family is the family which got installed in my PC when I downloaded this Revit, okay, or when I installed this Revit. So this is by default in every one of your PC. Don't get don't fuss for this, don't worry about it. Just click on structural columns, then concrete, and then concrete rectangular column. So this will give me a default column which I will just place it here. Now this column is non-editable because this is not selected, right? But I need to see why I can't select this column, so I opted for 3D. I just opted for this button and the 3D view is available. I will just select on this column and see what is the length of this column. So this column is from FGL to plinth level, right? I will adjust the height of this column, will have it up to terrace level, and then click on apply. The length of the column has been increased, right? Now I will go on plinth level and will move, and we'll see. Now I can select this column, right? I need column which is 230 by 450. However, the dimensions of this column is, I will just click on edit type. This is 304 by 457. Okay, I will just click on duplicate. Will give a name to this column, 230 by 450. Okay, click on OK. We'll change sizes over here, 450. Okay, now I will align this column to my CAD column, right? How are we going to align this column? I will just select column, click on align. This edge needs to be aligned to this edge, and this edge needs to be aligned to this edge. The column is here, right? Now I will just press Ctrl C and Ctrl V. Now other column is there, right? I will click on rotate, specify angle over here, right? Now this column get rotated. Now I will again click on align, will align this edge to this edge and this edge to this edge. Column is here. So this is the most professional way to place your columns, because in this fashion the columns will not be placed at any wrong location, right? So if you are working professionally, you should opt for this alignment. So if you are working professionally, you should be sure that the thing you are working on is perfectly good to go, right? So rotate this. So I will be just working with all these columns. I will just put this video on fast forward so that your time doesn't get wasted. So this is my last column, but the standard column size doesn't apply to this column because this is a bigger column. Now what I am going to do is, I will just select the standard column, click on edit type, duplicate. Okay, so this is 30. Okay, 230, 1200. Just click on OK. the size has been increased now, but the size, wait, I will just measure it. This is the measuring tool. I will just measure the length of the column, which is approximate to 830, right? So I will just select this, I will go to edit type, and then will decrease the length of the column, and again I'm going to just align my column to my CAD column. Okay, now the columns are done. Now the next thing is putting walls, right? We'll go to architecture, we'll opt for walls. So by default Revit is giving me generic 8-inch wall, so I will click on edit, duplicate. I want 230 mm thick wall. Okay, click on OK, go to edit. In structure I will just alter the width of my wall, which it should be 230, right? I will go to category, drop down. From there I will opt for brick wall because my project requires brick wall, right? So I will just go to, this is common brick, right? I will just select this. Now this is how my wall is going to look in render, this is how my wall is going to look in elevation, and this is how my wall is going to look at cross sectional view, right? What I'm going to do is I will just say okay, so now I want my wall to have double lined hatch, right? Something like this. This is not brick exactly. For that we need to create one more pattern that we will do in some other video. For now I will just opt for this steel hatch, which is not correct, but we are doing it, right? Because then we will have to create a different hatch. Okay, and then okay. Okay, now wall is there. Now from which level to which level do I need my wall to be? I need it from FGL to my terrace level, right? No base offset, no top offset. Okay, now I want to draft my wall from center line. No, because generally Revit doesn't pick the center line of something which is drafted in CAD. This is like more difficult comparatively. So what I will do is I will either choose finish face exterior or finish face interior. For example, I am choosing finish floor exterior, and then I will click on the edge on which I want my wall to be. So this is how I am drafting my wall, right? Now in case you are drafting your wall like this because you have chosen exterior, right? What you will do is, now the wall is not on place. I will just click on this wall and will click on this reverse tab, and then the wall is on place, right? And then the other thing is trim or extend. What I'm going to do is I will just select on this wall, and I need to meet these walls. I need to join these two walls. For this, what I'm going to do is I will just click on one of them and then we'll click on this, right? Good to go, right? So this is how we draft walls in Revit. Now I will go to my 3D view, and my basic columns, walls are in place, exterior walls. Now see, this is the base is for this wall, the base is FGL. For this wall, the base is plinth, right? But I want all of my walls to be having base as FGL, so I will just select my whole model, right? Now it is giving me that my model has 24 elements. I will go to walls. Now all the walls have been selected, and then I will go to base constraint and will select plinth level, and top level is terrace level. So all my walls will have plinth level as their base now, or I want this to be having FGL as the base. Okay, and then I will apply OK. Now all my walls are having base as FGL. So this is how we initiate any Revit project. These are first few steps that are taken generally. Now you guys, now we are done with the video, and you guys are welcome to post your comments, to like the button, to like our video, and to hit on subscribe button so that you will get updates related to my new videos. Thank you and bye bye.